Acharya Jagadiru Sri Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaja. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Hastuta Rasatra Srimati 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐬 Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki Ananta Guru Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridasa Kuru ki jai. प्रेम से हो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपाल गोपीनाथ श्याम राधा कुंड गिरी गौरवधाम की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। नावदुत मायपुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथ पुरी धाम की जय। जमुना माई की जय। गंजेश माई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंद। Glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. All glory to Shri Guru Shri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Pare Krishna Vita Vital Smite. Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaja Krishna Pare Upada 𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐚𝐻 Gaura Karuna Shakti Bhakti Tirtha Swami. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manu Bhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yudapada Kamala Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Sajiva Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastite Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visavan Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Pancha Kalpataru Jasya Vipa Sindhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki Nityananda Balaram ki Hare Krishna. We are sitting in this holy place. Very, very holy place. We are in the dam and at the same time Tirtha. Two things in one place. The dam is a holy place. The Tirtha where Krishna performed his pastimes. So we are in two things in one place. So Lord Tina PCC, what's your name? Golden Chai. Golden Chai Bhagwan ki. So when Nityananda Prabhu came to Vrindavan, he does japa here, under this tree. This is a Bhajan Kuti of Nityananda Prabhu. So he does japa here. And like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has his own Imritar. Dr. Chara has his own place also. When they came to Vrindavan, they have their spot, which they stay. Can you translate for me? You don't Please keep your things carefully. Please keep your things very carefully. Our friends are here. I was seeing he already destroyed one shoe. He has finished with that one, he left it there. And he has come for the second one. So Nityananda Prabhu does japa here, this holy place. So it became Nityananda Vat. That's how he got the name, Nityananda Vat. And it's also called Sringaravat. Sringaravat because behind there, Srimati Radharani is being decorated by Krishna before they are dancing. So Sringara, there, I went there to offer obeisance there. So this was most auspicious divine place. Pure love for Godhead is awakened by visiting here, automatically. So we decided to come and take shelter here, to enhance our devotion. And Nityananda Prabhu was sent, we are talking of anxiety, we'll be discussing our anxiety and fear. Nityananda Prabhu came to put off the fire of anxiety. Nityananda Prabhu asked him to go to Bengal from Jagannath Puri to go and preach Krishna consciousness, to deliver people from anxiety. So coming to take his shelter is good for us. So we'll continue our discussion after the introduction. Today we will look at how to avoid anxiety. How to avoid anxiety. We've been filled with anxieties in this material world. You sit in the middle so you can communicate. You should sit around you. How do we avoid anxiety? Yesterday we have been looking at anxiety, what is anxiety, and the 5 levels of anxiety we discussed yesterday. Today we will discuss how to avoid anxiety. How do we break this pattern of constantly worrying? How do we stop worrying? Worry about so many things. We are worrying about so many things. What to wear, what to eat, what to do, how people think about us, what we say to some people. We're worried about this. Where to go, when to go, the clothes to put on, the color. We worry about all this anxiety. How can people who have the protection of the greatest shelter still worry so much? Spiritually, we're supposed to know better. We're supposed to be free from anxiety. Before coming here, I was reading a report. A devotee sent. Our clinic in Mayapur, the doctor there said that from his experience of treating many devotees in a community, he has seen that anxiety of devotees are increasing. Few years ago in US, in New Vrindavan, I mentioned His Holiness Kadama Kanamara was 2 of us who were speaking. Maharaj spoke first and I was speaking. So I said 80% of Hare Krishna people, 80% of Hare Krishna devotees feel lonely, lonely, fearful. worry about the future. Right? 80%. 95% of Hare Krishna devotees are impersonal, impersonalist. Even more. Huh? Impersonalist. When we see a devotee, we will turn our face away. Right? When you see a devotee, how do we feel? Feel happy? Turn our face away. What is that? It's impersonalism. "95% of our Krishna devotees behave like this. See a devotee not feeling happy. It is paramaparat. So this brings anxiety. So how can people who are supposed to be free from anxiety are more in anxiety than the people whom we're supposed to help? We're supposed to help people to be free from anxiety, but we have more anxiety than them. We have a mental health. Our mental health, it's undergoing a heavy crisis, mental health. Is that healthy? Anxiety, fear, worries. Am I going to go back to Godhead? It looks like spiritual, but it is still material. It is not spiritual, it is material. Am I going to go back to Godhead this lifetime? Those who are worrying about that are those who are not taking seriously into their daily practice. When the sadhana is weak, we are not doing our part. We'll come to that category. The Krishna told us clearly in Bhagavad Gita the destination of devotees. Is it not? Chapter 4, text 9. Krishna explained the destination of devotees. My devotees will come to me, Krishna said. That's the destination. So why are we worried? Why are we fearful? Why is it an anxiety? Because we are not doing our part. Does a child worry if the parents are going to feed him or not? Does children worry about that? Children? Huh? No. This afternoon, a friend was telling me, I want to establish now I'm married, I want to establish something to protect my wife and the future children. Is it wrong or good? I said, very good. That's very good. Yes. But the children or the wife will maybe be thinking about the husband want to feed me or not. But the husband have that as a responsibility. I'm going to do something for my wife and children. You see? So when will the children become fearful and worried about their maintenance? When? Or a wife become worried about the husband's maintenance? When? At what time?
When they lose the trust.
When they lose the trust? When they're misbehaving? When they're misbehaving, when we are misbehaving, we'll lose our trust when we are misbehaving. When we are becoming independent, not depending. Bhagavad Gita 18:57. You depend on me in all your activities. Huh? You should depend on me in all your activities. In all your activities, depend on me. You'll be free. By my grace, be freed. So we have destination. Why are we worried? Because we are not doing our part. Just like when the child becomes independent of the parent, or the wife is independent of the husband, then the worries will come. So we are not doing our part. Although we can endlessly worry and consider ourselves to be at the mercy of circumstance. We can be worrying and consider ourselves to be at the mercy of circumstance. And many of us could become victims of circumstance. Victim of circumstance. We understand the influence of karma. Whatever happens to anybody, we are responsible for it. We are responsible for what is happening to us, either good or bad. And nothing just happened haphazardly. Nothing happened like that. Everything is under control. Everything is perfectly controlled by Lord Krishna. There's nothing could just happen by chance. And those who propagate the philosophy of chance, they are foolish. Because they don't wait for chance to discover their discovery. They make research. If things are happening by chance, why are they making research? You should wait. By chance, you discover whatever you want to discover. But they are spending billions of dollars to make research to discover. And they propound the philosophy of chance. It is frustration. It is due to frustration. Nothing happened by chance. Everything has been properly arranged by nature. Everything. And the time is rolling everything in place. Everything. Time is rolling it in place. Systematically. The time is rolling everything in place. So there's nothing by chance. Do they wait by chance to eat? Huh? If you tell them like that, oh, Mr. Chance, can you wait by chance and eat? What are they talking? They have kitchen. Why do you have kitchen? Wait by chance, you get their food. By chance. But they don't wait by chance. All the philosophy is by chance. In reality, nothing is by chance. Everything is perfectly arranged by providence. And time, which is Krishna, put everything in order. Time has come to 5:26. Isn't it? It's time. And very soon the time also will bring in the darkness. And after a few hours, the time will bring on the day. By chance, rain will fall. By chance, the sun will shine. By chance, by time, we'll be hungry. By some time, we'll be fed with prasadam. Some time, we'll sleep. Everything is time. So nothing by chance. Karma is in full swing. And we are experiencing that. Huh? Karma, which refers to any material action that brings a reaction, binding us to this material world. Action, when we have performed something, I will talk about destiny. What is destiny? Huh? Destiny. We are destined to experience certain things. destiny comes only when we have performed an action. For example, you are in a lift. If you enter the lift, would it take you anywhere? Huh? If you enter a lift, will it take you anywhere? No. When will it start functioning? When there is action, when you press a button, the lift will start working. So when you press a button, action will now give you the destination where you go. The number you press, 12th floor, it will take you to 12th floor. So the action gives the destination where we are going to be. So without action, there is no destiny. We are destined to a certain situation because we have already performed the action. So a fortunate soul, they knows this. Therefore, they follow what Krishna has arranged. If we want to be free from just what Krishna has arranged. The higher authority the devas, the angelic host, and the Supreme Lord have control over all things to the extent that we genuinely surrender. Krishna has the duty to protect and fulfill his part. The demigods, even the super soul, will not do anything until we do something. If you don't worship demigod, they're not going to reward you anything. Only when we do some worship, then they will do the reward. If you don't do any activity, the result will come. So even for Krishna to add, the super soul to add, or the same form. Does it mean that we think of the Lord as a liar or as a cheater who wants to see us in distance in unhealthy ways in his position as an autocrat? Does it mean that we only think who wants to keep us in a material prison? If we consider the sweetness of the divine couple, or we consider how Lord monitors every action and thought, our level of anxiety should never escalate to such an extent that we do not feel backed or protected. Krishna does not protect cheaters. He protects only the devotees. And if one pretends to be a devotee and do something else, Krishna will not protect us. Therefore, it is very important for us to check what we are doing. Why is it necessary for us to check? Because if we act properly, Krishna will eat and he will respond. When Krishna responds to that activity, it will look like Krishna is not protecting his devotee. When something happens to a devotee, it brings a thing to the mind. Oh, such a big devotee. How is it that this big devotee is a pure devotee? Look at his lectures. Look at lecture, but have you checked if he is chanting 16 rounds every day? Have you checked? Have you checked what he is doing before the lecture and after the lecture? Have you checked? Is it important? After the lecture and before the lecture, what was the person doing? Have you checked? So Krishna is not just waiting there, looking at who should I break the head. That is not Krishna. That is not Krishna. You see, even the demons that Krishna killed, he liberated them. What about us? Lord Machanda killed Ravana. He did a funeral ceremony for him. If he had seen him as an enemy, would he do that? Lord Machanda personally did the ceremony for Ravana. Personally, he did. And many other demons, Krishna took care of all of them. So what about his devotees? Those who are serving him inimically, who are serving him with love. What about them? So the challenges which devotee feels in course of our practice is Krishna's costless mercy for us to get the required purification that we need to get to him. But because we are ungrateful, we don't see that. It's due to ungratefulness. We are bereft of the amount of mercy which Krishna has made available for us. Ungratefulness. Very dangerous and risky. Krishna is protecting, Krishna is taking care of the demon that he even killed. What about the devotees? How will he not take care? And is he not taking care? Is Krishna not taking care? He is taking care. He is the supreme maintainer of all living entities since time immemorial. That is his nature. That is his eternal nature. He's doing that. Our anxiety will go down when we start seeing his supreme hands in all our lives. When we start to see Krishna as a loving father, our anxiety will disappear. When we start seeing Krishna as a sweet father, one who cares, a true friend, our supreme maintainer, who is carefully watching over us with the loving eyes, our anxiety will disappear. In 𝐶𝐴𝐵 Vrindavan Daskura is teaching us and praying, please look at us with mercy. Krishna, please look at us with mercy. Don't look at my fault. Krishna, don't look at my fault. Don't look at me with disgust because of my sinful nature. Look at me with mercy. If we have this consciousness, our anxiety will disappear. If we look at Krishna with fear, our anxiety will remain. So Rupa Goswami told us to look at Krishna as what? as friend. He didn't say we should see God with fear. He should see Krishna as a friend. He didn't say we should even see Krishna as a master. He didn't say, Rupa Goswami didn't recommend that. He said we should see Krishna, should look at Krishna as a friend. How do you feel with a friend? How do you feel with a friend? Fear? No. Anxiety? No. Even if you do something wrong with friends, you feel comfortable. It's a friend, is going to support me. Only with the masters, he's going to punish me. But with friends, it's different. It's different. So Rupa Goswami said this is how we should see Krishna, as a friend, not as a person who is sitting there to punish us, just waiting just to punish. For every little thing we do, punish. Every little thing, chastise. Every little thing, shout. That is not Krishna. That is not Krishna. That is not Krishna. Krishna is looking at us with benevolence, looking at us with mercy. So this is the vision we should have. Our anxiety will disappear. Whatever all the varieties of anxiety we have will disappear. And we'll start seeing Krishna as a friend. It is not to minimize Krishna's position as a friend, but it will help to take our anxieties away. We want to find ways to break the worry habit before they break us. If we do not stop such habit, our fears can easily overwhelm us and even turn into chronic depression. Chronic depression. The same way, many Hare Krishna devotees are depressed. It's common among you to hear about devotees' depression, devotees' loneliness, devotees' insecurity, fear of the future, insecurity. Why devotees feel depressed? Depression means what? The soul is starving. There is no nourishment for the soul. That is depression. There is no nourishment for the soul. Why there is no nourishment? Selfishness. You never see pure devotees who are selfless depressed. Even which of us here will experience the difficulties the Pandavas went through? Were they depressed? Pandavas were depressed. They were despondent. They were frustrated. Prahlad Maharaj was depressed. Prahlad, depressed. And anxiety. Prahlad was serene. His father was anxiety, but Prahlad was very happy and peaceful. He is carrying a weapon. Prahlad had no weapon in his hand, but he was peaceful. Why? The devotee is magnanimous. His heart, in the heart, there is no enmity towards anyone, including the enemies. He does not have inimical attitude towards them. His heart is free. So his soul was not starving, so there is no depression. It's free. So our anxiety is turning into a chronic disease, depression, phobia. panic attacks, compulsive behaviors. Understand? Compulsive behavior. What does it mean?
Compulsive behavior. They react like with too much exaltation or too much depression.
It can explode anytime. You have been compressing anxiety there until one day it just blow out. What is this? Every little thing will be irritated. Every little thing, the irritation, the agitation. Even greeting. Why do you greet me like that? See the way he greeted me. But can you see? Why? He will be calculating everything negatively. Every situation, even positive situation, will turn into negative. See how the weather is very clear today, there is sun. Oh no, very soon the rain would fall. A negative mind. You didn't see anything positive. It is due to excessive anxiety that comes to this level. And even suicide. Many devotees think of committing suicide. Right? And here, many times, even here in Vrindavan, many devotees committed suicide. Even here in Vrindavan, devotees. A person who is chanting Hare Krishna cannot commit suicide. A person who is chanting Hare Krishna, if you are chanting alphabet, that's okay. But if it is a Hare Krishna mantra, no suicide. It doesn't exist. A person who is chanting Hare Krishna mantra. But the person who is chanting the alphabet, there's a chance for that. Krishna protects his devotees. Krishna is protecting his devotees. Krishna is protecting his devotees. Full protection. Either we appreciate it or not, Krishna is protecting. Our personal experience, many personal experience. Some must be grateful to Krishna. Very, very grateful. Very, very grateful. Grateful to Krishna. I've seen many innumerable protection from Krishna. Practical, innumerable. If you are not seeing, you are in problem. If you are not seeing Krishna protection, you are in problem. You better change our pattern of thinking now. That's why we are discussing this anxiety. Anxiety deprive of us our heritage. We have all seen people who worry about every little detail. If we simply present them with an idea, they will immediately try to show it fallibility. I gave an example yesterday. They have an insecurity complex along with an existential mood about life. They feel defeated before they even start. Such people may even pull out memories from the past and then present these past failures as evidence, but they will not plan or depend on God. Since they will not take the risk, they lead a life of great boredom, frustration, and mediocrity, which also means less ruchi or spiritual test. We do not want to fall into these destructive patterns. Therefore, we want to offer the following techniques to help rescue our consciousness from such a negative mentality. We should not fear the future. Don't fear the future. Why? Why we shouldn't fear the future? Why we didn't fear the future? Huh? Okay, good. We cannot control the future. That is one reason. Very good. Yes, Martin. Yes, I'm listening. Huh?
Krishna is maintainer. Krishna will maintain.
Krishna is the maintainer. Very good. Very good. Yes.
What we are fearing may or may not happen.
It may not happen. It is our mental concoction. It may not happen. There is no guarantee it will happen. It doesn't exist. That future does not exist. The future is today. If you want to know the future, in Christian consciousness we can predict. Want me to show you example? Huh? In Christian consciousness we can predict the future of anyone, everyone. Personally, we can do that. Check what is 100% predominating our consciousness. That is our future. When we constantly think the whole of our day, the whole of our year, that is our future. Which we can change it because it is come from what we are thinking. We can change it. So we should not worry about the future. We should worry about the present. Because the present determines the future. So let us concern about what am I thinking about now? What is my preoccupation? What is predominating my consciousness? What am I thinking? Am I thinking of Krishna? After the 24 hours, how much of the 24 hours do I spend in Krishna? How much of this? How much am I Krishna conscious within these 24 hours? How much is my Krishna consciousness within the 24 hours? This is what the devotees should focus on. If we want to be free from anxiety, this is what we should focus on. Because the things we are worrying about now, will it be our security at the time of death? Huh? At the time of death, would that exist? So why we worry about something that have no substance? The Christians, they say, because I have the Christian background, our prayer is, why do you worry when you can pray to Krishna? Why should you worry when you can pray to Krishna? Why we should worry? We are worrying because we are not praying to Krishna. Because they have faith. They believe that if I pray to God, if I pray to Krishna, He will respond. He will answer me. They believe that very strongly, and it is working for them. One problem which I have seen also with us Hare Krishna devotees is that our level of faith is very weak. Our faith in Krishna is not strong. We have more doubt than non-devotees. Unfortunately. No, we should not have doubt in Krishna. Bhagavad Lord Krishna said, the doubt which have arisen out of ignorance should be destroyed with the weapon of knowledge. Knowledge should destroy the doubt. Because doubt makes us weak. Weak. We cannot function when we have a lot of doubt. we will suspect everything. Everything. Are you sure this? Are you sure I will become Krishna conscious? Are you sure? If I follow this process, I'll become Krishna conscious? Yes, Krishna himself, he told Arjuna. Chapter 4, text 10. Krishna was not just speaking philosophy to Arjuna. Krishna gave him practical experience. Krishna said, see, Arjuna, what I am teaching you, I have already given it to your predecessors. They follow it and they attain perfection. So if you follow this, you will also have the same experience they had. So Krishna gave example. He was not just speaking philosophy. In the past, who are the people Krishna is speaking in the past? Yes, Krishna spoke to Vrindavan. They attain pure love of Godhead. So Krishna said, you follow this, you will attain the same nature like them. Because why Krishna is saying that this is a tested process. It is already tested and confirmed. If you follow here, there is guaranteed success. There is guaranteed success. So we should not worry about the future. We should be concerned with the present. Let us be concerned with the present. How Krishna conscious is our thinking, our feeling, our willing. That should be our preoccupation. And that should be our future. We have mentioned before. So suppose I'm worrying about death. Death will not come? How? Death. So then, oh no, I will not go to you because you're afraid. Death will do like that? It will come. So, is it better to worry or fear, or to do bhakti for Krishna, who is the master of fear, of death? Harada Sakura says, one who is chanting the pure name of Krishna will not face death, will not die. Death has no power over a devotee. So Prabhupada said, I can decide to stay or to go. It means what? What does it mean? So Prabhupada said, I can decide to stay and I can decide to go. The power is in my hand. What does that mean? What is the meaning of that?
Not controlled by death. Not controlled by death.
Not controlled by death. That's what it means. Not controlled by death. Thank you. I want to understand how you are understanding. That's why I'm asking you a question. It helped me to understand how you are understanding what we are teaching. Because we don't hear properly. We don't hear properly. We don't hear. Because so much anxiety in the heart, so we don't hear. The noise of our anxieties are too loud in our consciousness. So we don't hear. So we need, how do they call it? Dynamite to blast. To blast the sun. Bah! Okay, I can hear. Vrindavan Das Thakur said, if we hear the presence of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the granite of our heart will become soft. I would think, when I hear that, he's talking about me. This is very good. Let me hear Chaitanya Lila. Let me hear. See? Beautiful. You just have to overcome anxiety. You should hear. You should hear. Most of us are so full that we don't hear. Everybody full of ignorance. Ignorance has choked to them, so we don't hear. But we should hear. That's the solution. We should hear. If we hear the presence of Lord Nityananda, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the granite of our heart become butter, soft, to melt. That is what they came to do. We should try to avoid any worry that revolves around fears of the future. We should try to avoid it. The fear of the future. We already mentioned that the future of a devotee is what?
Right and very successful.
What is the future of a devotee? I just mentioned and I quoted the verse from Bhagavad Gita. Just in this class.
Understand only this.
Krishna. The destination of a devotee is Krishna. Krishna said it clearly in Bhagavad Gita. I quoted 2 verses from Bhagavad Gita. And 18 what? 65. The destination of a devotee is clearly mentioned in many places. These were few, that many. Chapter 7, 20 what? Yes, chapter 9 and chapter 18. So it's there, many places. The destination, chapter, what is that? 925, yeah, 925. My devotee will come to me. Krishna said, don't worship demigod, they will go there. Worship gods, you go there. Ancestors will go there. But don't worship me, where would they go? Huh? They come to me, Krishna said. Me, he called himself me, person, not void. Come to me. So devotees will have destination. So why we worry about the future? And I gave the reason why we worry about the future. Why we worry about the future?
That's selfishness. Selfishness.
Selfishness.
As well as anxiety.
Anxiety. Fear. Why do we worry about our future? I mention it when I'm speaking. I always like to repeat my words so that people can. Yes. I like confidence. Huh? Don't depend on Krishna. So nobody had me. Our side is not proper. I said because we are not doing our part. I repeated this many times. We are not doing what we're supposed to do. That is why we are fearful about it. We are not doing our part. Our sadhana is not good. That is why we are afraid of the future. We cannot hear the promise Krishna has given to us. You come to me. Krishna mentioned you come to me. You come to me. Krishna didn't say you go somewhere. He said you come to me. But why are we still afraid? Because we are not doing our part. Let us do our part and not stop worrying about the future. The future will take care of itself. That is not our problem. Our problem is to follow what Krishna wants you to do. Do our part. Janma karma tame dibhyam. Krishna gave us what? 2 things. 2 things Krishna asks us to do. 2 things. Janma, my mysterious appearance. Karma, my wonderful activities. 2 things Krishna asks us to do. Are they limited? These 2 things, are they limited? Unlimited. So failure to do this will be worried about the future. But those who are busying themselves in these 2 things, they have no worry about the future. So we should stop. We should simply do our very best today and let the future take care of itself. When we worry too excessively about the future, we often fail to take the necessary actions that will lead to an auspicious future. Is it true? Huh? Yes. If we excessively worry about the future, we will miss what we're supposed to do for auspicious future. So let us do what we're supposed to do now and don't worry about the future. The future will take care of itself if we do our part. And our part is what? Follow what Krishna asks us to do. We should constantly hear about his activities and how he appeared. Krishna's appearance is so mysterious, so wonderful, that we don't have time to wait for anything else. We spend time to do so many unnecessary things, but the most important thing, we forget it. That is the problem with worries. When we worry, we will forget what we're supposed to do. We already discussed about this. So let us stop worrying. In many ways, the future is an extension of what? Present. Along with the influences from the past. You understand? Yes. Unfortunately, we can turn into our own greatest enemy. Our own mind can create the exact situations we wish to avoid. And an unhealthy mental culture often blocks the divine power that can work through us. When we worry about the future, we do not offer our best today. We worry about the future, we will forget what we're supposed to do today. Therefore,
Do our part.
let us do our part today. Don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow may not come. Many people go to bed, they don't get up the next day. So what is tomorrow to do with them? What will tomorrow do with the person who are going to bed, didn't wake up tomorrow? What will tomorrow do for you with the person? No value. Let us not waste our time for unnecessary things. Hare Krishna. Comment? Question? Yes?
If we practice to serve the land and the cows, by example, because I'm thinking to Krishna, is it okay, or should we do more like to preach large?
What do you think?
We always do more.
Hmm?
I think we can do more if we like.
So do more. There's no limitation. Krishna is not limited, so do more. Do more, and Krishna will be happy.
I
Yes.
think it's a story of consciousness that at each moment.
It's okay, just do more.
No,
What's your
it's
question?
not okay.
Maharaj, I have two questions. Many times we've heard the word mental concoction, but the exact meaning, what is it? Is it just our thinking, or what is it?
Mental. The mind. Concussion. Do you know what is concussion? It's something I create by my imagination. That is concoction. There's also medicine. Medicine also is concoction. So mental concoction means the creation of our mind which does not have reality. That is mental concoction. For example, the mind tells me that you are my enemy. That is what the mind said. The mind said like that, and accept it. And you are completely not even thinking about me. You don't even remember me, but my mind have accepted. The mind has convinced me fully that you don't like me. And even if you don't like me, have you ever seen me? Have you ever seen me? Huh? It's my body you have been seeing. Right? So that's a mental concoction. The mind makes it real. And that brings in assumption. Assumption is also mental concoction. Because assumption is very, very dangerous. It creates unnecessary suffering. Very destructive. Assumption is very destructive. Look at our scripture, you see. Huh? I got Gethsemane. Assumed that, what's his name? Gajendra, past life, what's his name? And that Dhumna Maharaj was pretending not to receive him. It's an assumption. What was the problem? He cursed him to become elephant. It's an assumption. Very dangerous. Look into our life carefully. You will see some situation, you assume something which later you discover it is completely opposite. Right? I have many, I have many, many assumptions like that, which is completely 100% opposite. Opposite. One day, in Mayapur, some of my friends, they asked me to give class to their congregation. 100 devotees, they came from their village. So I was speaking and this friend was translating, and he was not used to my word. So translation was very difficult, and I was feeling very, very uncomfortable speaking. I was struggling to speak because he was not understanding me. He cannot translate properly. So in my mind, I wasted 1 hour of these people. That's my assumption. I wasted their 1 hour for nothing. They didn't understand anything I'm talking. I'd be wondering, what kind of devotee is this? What is he talking? It didn't make any sense at all to us. It just wasted our time. I was fully convinced about that I have wasted their time. So as soon as I finished my 1 hour, I run away. Because I was thinking that I wasted their time. Don't continue to waste their time. What nonsense are you talking? I ran away. The next morning, I met with this Prabhu. He said, "Oh Maharaj, I'm very, very sorry. Yesterday, you were so angry with us. You didn't even answer our question. You ran away. You know, the devotees, they were very affected by your lecture. What you say affected them. Those who did not finish their round, they refused to take prasadam. They went and completed the round before they came to take prasadam." I said, "Oh my God, completely opposite." I started begging, "I'm very sorry that anyway." There are many like that. Assumption, very dangerous. You can create havoc. This one is a good one, but look at Agasimuni, assumption. And you have many, Parikshit Maharaj, and the sage, assumption. He died. And many like that, assumption, which is coming from mental concussion. What my mind said like this, and we agree with it. That is mental concussion. It's very dangerous. It will yield to assumption and will create a different empty illusion and make it a reality. That is mental concussion. And believe it that yes, it is true. And later we discover that it is not it. The second one?
It is not related to this. In Mayapur, you said Diksha Guru or Shiksha Guru, whoever gives you prem is your eternal Guru.
Yes.
So, eternal means infinite for a very long period of time. So, I was thinking if we get prem, then we are in Guru, then we will never come down here. Then how he is eternal Guru? But then I thought of even Narottama Das Thakur saying that Janme Janme Prabhu Singh. So, if we are in Golok, then there is no question of Janme Janme. Then how come birth after birth he is of Master, the eternal Guru?
When you go to Goloka, what do you think you're going to do? You're just going to just be floating there, just go anywhere, run about. Everything is systematically organized in spiritual world. And then we have Suteswari. Suteswari means the head gopis or head sakis, a head kenkaris. And your guru will be one of those heads. You know the tenor? Huh? You know the tenor? Everything is properly organized at the spiritual world. That's what do you mean by tenor? It is not, it's a different thing from what we think here. What we think here is completely different. What is there is different. Nirasta 𝐾𝐽 100% different from what is happening here. Nirasta 𝐾𝐽. All the illusions of material is 100% absent there. So there everything is perfect. arranged, complete, sweet, eternally. That goes on eternally. So you see, when they also come to the material world here, they say have shelter. Don't we say that we are Rupa Nugas? What does that mean? It's our leader. It's our head. Not only here, there also. He's there. The head there. That's why he is head here. He brought it from there here to show what is happening there. So here is like a mirror to show us. You come there, this is what you see. Make sense? All right? Thank you.
Where we deal with negative people, and if we can't avoid them, and how can we help ourselves in those situations and help the other person?
How do we help negative people since we cannot avoid them? So you become very strong yourself. You should become very strong. You should become spiritually strong, and you can help anybody. That is a security. If you're not strong, you cannot help anybody. We become implicated by them also. So let us become strong spiritually, devotionally. Then who can relate with anybody? Anybody. Lord Brahma, he told that the the second kind of a weapon. You know why I can relate with Maya? I can associate with Maya without being contaminated? That the Muni said, no, tell me the secret. That the Muni said, I'm holding the feet of Krishna with great zeal. Very strong. Because of that, Maya can't do me anything. This is our secret. It means we should become spiritually strong. Therefore, we're not affected. We can exist here or there. Nothing will happen. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.